I used to work at a small electronics warehouse on the edge of town. Nothing special, just shipping boxes, scanning inventory, the usual. I worked the evening shift, which meant I clocked out around 11:30 p.m. every night. One of my co-workers was a guy named Caleb. He was quiet, awkward, always kept to himself, the kind of person who hovered a little too close when he spoke or stared at you a second too long before responding. Most nights, Caleb left before me. He didn't drive, said he didn't believe in cars, and instead he walked home. Which was weird, because he lived nearly 4 miles away, but he did it every night, rain or snow. I never thought much about him beyond that, until what happened. The first night. It started on a Wednesday. I clocked out, walked through the empty parking lot and got into my car. It was cold, the kind of night where you can see your breath even inside the vehicle. I started driving home, taking the same route I always did. The long stretch of road behind the warehouses, past the old train tracks, then into a quiet, residential area. About 5 minutes in, something caught my eye in the rearview mirror. A person, walking on the shoulder of the road. I wouldn't have thought anything of it. People walked around there sometimes. But the person was moving strangely fast. Almost power walking, but stiff, like their arms didn't move with their steps. And then I recognized the jacket. A faded green windbreaker Caleb wore every single day. At first, I actually slowed down, thinking maybe he needed a ride. But as soon as I pulled closer, he didn't turn, didn't look, didn't acknowledge my headlights on him, just kept moving, unnaturally fast. I drove past him at normal speed. I don't know why, but when I glanced back at the mirror again, he had stopped walking. He was just standing there, in the glow of my taillights, facing my car. I tried brushing it off. Caleb had always been weird. Maybe he speed walked or something, no big deal. But the next night, something happened that I still can't explain. Same shift, same drive home. And again I saw someone walking on the side of the road. This time, I recognized Caleb immediately. Except, he was ahead of me, way ahead, too far for someone who didn't clock out until the same time I did. And he was walking even faster than the night before, almost like he was gliding. His footsteps didn't match the speed he was moving. I slowed down to look. His head snapped in my direction, not gradually, not naturally, just a sudden, complete turn of the neck, like a mannequin head being swiveled by a hand. He watched me as I passed. I drove home with my heart pounding the whole way. The next day at work, he acted completely normal. Actually, more normal than usual. Talkative, friendly, asking me weird questions like, "Do you sleep deeply? What time do your lights usually go off? Does anyone else live with you? Anyone who might wake up easily?" I laughed it off, but inside, I felt sick. Friday night is when everything escalated. I stayed a few minutes late to finish a shipment, so I assumed Caleb had already begun his long walk home. I didn't see him when I left. But 15 minutes into my drive, as I reached the narrow 2-lane road near the train tracks, there he was, right on the edge of the asphalt. Only this time, he wasn't walking. He was facing the road, standing completely still. And his face, he was smiling, wide enough to show every tooth. I drove past him way faster than I should have, but when I looked back in the mirror, he wasn't there, just gone. No trees, no ditch, nowhere he could have gone that fast. That's when I started to feel real fear, not just uneasiness, genuine fear. I forced myself not to look in the mirror again until I reached my neighborhood. And when I pulled onto my street, every light in my house was off. I always leave one lamp on, always. I parked, sat in my car, listened, nothing. Just the faint hum of the engine cooling. Then from the corner of my eye, in the reflection of my side mirror, movement. A figure. Crossing the street behind my car, I whipped my head around, no one there. But the movement had been deliberate. Someone had walked behind my car and then vanished. My front door was locked. Nothing looked disturbed. But the second I walked in, I felt something was wrong. The air was warm, like someone had been inside recently. And then I noticed something on my carpet. Tiny flecks of dirt, forming a trail. From the living room, to the hallway, to my bedroom door. My heart hammered so hard it hurt. I kept the lights off, grabbed the heaviest thing I could, a metal floor lamp, and made my way down the hall. The door to my bedroom was slightly open. I never leave it open. I pushed it with the end of the lamp. The door swung wide, and sitting on the carpet next to my bed in the dark was Caleb. His knees pulled to his chest, his head tilted, just staring at me, unblinking with this stretched, unnatural grin. But the worst part wasn't that he was inside my house. It was how he was breathing, fast, too fast, like someone who had sprinted miles without stopping, like someone who had followed a car all the way home. I don't remember dropping the lamp. I don't remember dialing 911. All I remember is backing out of the room and slamming the door shut, holding it with my full weight, while his breathing on the other side got louder, sharper, excited. The police arrived within minutes. Apparently my terrified screaming on the phone was enough. But when they opened the door, Caleb was gone. No broken window, no marks on the door, no sign he had ever been inside. Just dirt on the carpet and long, deep scratches on the inside of my bedroom door, down to the wood. Work told me the next day that Caleb never showed up for his shift, and he never came back. They checked his apartment. It was empty, like he hadn't lived there in weeks. To this day, I don't know how he kept appearing on that road, how he moved so fast, how he got into my house, or where he went. But sometimes, late at night, when I'm driving home from work, I still get the feeling someone is walking just behind my car, keeping pace, step for step, waiting for me to look back.